Homogeneity. An equation must have the same units on either side if it is to be correct. 5 apples cannot equal 3 pears, for instance. Just because an equation is homogeneous, i.e. the same units on either side, doesn't mean it necessarily is correct. For example, 3 apples equals 5 apples is homogeneous, apples on either side, but it's clearly incorrect. To check an equation is homogeneous, we can convert each side into base units. For example, the equation E equals half mv squared for kinetic energy. If we look at the left-hand side, well, energy is measured in joules. But joules can be taken as Newton meters from work done is equal to force times distance. And the Newton is equal to kilogram meters seconds to the minus 2 from force is equal to mass times acceleration. So we can write joules as kilogram meters seconds to the minus 2 times meters, which comes out at kilograms meters squared seconds to the minus 2. Now the right hand side, well, mass is in kilograms, which is a base unit, and speed is in meters seconds to the minus 1. Meters and seconds are both base units. So we can write half mv squared as kilograms for the mass, meters seconds to the minus 1 for the speed, meters seconds to the minus 1 again as the speed is squared, which comes out at kilogram meters squared seconds to the minus 2. We can ignore the half here because it has no units. So we have the left hand side kilogram meters squared seconds to the minus 2, the right hand side kilogram meters squared seconds to the minus 2. So the equation is homogeneous. Now another example, I is equal to NaVe, where I is the current, N the number of charge carriers per cubic meter, A the cross-sectional area, V the drift velocity, and E the charge on the electron. Well, the left-hand side, current in amps. Amps are base units. The right-hand side, well, number of charge carriers per cubic meter is in meters to the minus 3. Area is in square meters. Drift velocity in meters per second, and the charge on the electron is in coulombs. Coulombs are not base units. The base units of the coulomb are amp seconds. Okay, so first the N, which is in units of meters to the minus 3. I found it easier for cancelling to write 1 over meters cubed rather than have negative powers. The area is in square meters, the drift velocity in meters per second, and the charge on the electron in amp seconds. We can now easily see that the meters here and here can cancel with these, the seconds here and here can cancel, and we're left with amps. Amps on the right hand side, amps on the left hand side. The equation is homogeneous. Just to stress again, for an equation to be correct it must be homogeneous, but just being homogeneous does not in itself make an equation correct. F equals ma is homogeneous and correct. F equals 2ma is also homogeneous, but is clearly incorrect.